Hey, what's up? Jamie Gerard here, and I want to tell you how we take all of the things that I talk about all of the time. I talk about, having a supportive sister. I talk about, being able to set your goals, and I talk about how to take that and make it into a lifestyle and all of these things. And I want to talk to you about how all of that comes together. And it seems like there's a lot of moving pieces, and I want to simplify it down for you and just tell you how easy it can be. Because when we are talking about, I call it the 3 pillars of success, right? So that's success. That's whatever it is, the big goals that you're shooting for in life. This success is held up by 3 pillars, and they're very, very simple. And when you work on these 3 pillars individually, it all comes together. And I've told you before that I have worked with women in weight loss, in the weight loss space, and how they form their goals and how they make their plans and all of that. And every woman that I've worked with that has had just like knock it out of the park success, I went to them and I asked them, what was it? What do you think was like the biggest thing that contributed to your success? And they told me. And then I also had women who we set their goal and I gave them everything that they needed in order to achieve that goal. And they never really got off the ground. They quit on themselves before they ever got started. And it made me wonder, what's the difference in these people? And these 3 pillars are basically what set the successful women apart from the women who struggled so much and ended up giving up on themselves. The first, it's actually really hard to write vertically. That says mindset, if you can't see. Mindset. The women who had this amazing success, they focused on their mindset and they did something to improve their mindset every day. And so whether that was, reading something for personal development or listening to a podcast or, writing in a gratitude journal or whatever it was, there was something that they were doing for themselves and for their mind every day that allowed them to be more successful. And so the second one, I call it planning. The second one that we talked about a lot with these successful women was that they said that they had a plan and that they managed their time according to that plan. And so it's being able to say, I have this plan, and implement it into your life in a way that you can actually go through the steps that you've set out for yourself. Does that make sense? So if you're setting an action plan and you say, oh, I know I need to do this and this and this in order to reach my goal, but you don't schedule time in your day to accomplish that, you don't actually go through and try to set those habits, or you're trying to set too many at one time, then this pillar will crumble. So planning is super, super, super important. And then the last one is support. And to me, this was the most important one. And maybe that's because it's the one that I had a hand in, so I saw it more closely. It was the women who checked into our community, the women who checked in with me personally, the women who really had this sense of sisterhood with everyone else that was in our group that was trying to have this level of achievement. They were more successful. I also found that the women that I interacted with more closely were more successful. And so for me, as a healthy habit coach, it is my job to make sure that I am present. It's my job to make sure that I am able to mentor these people who are on their journey. I would say that women who have a mentor, someone that they do check in with closely, someone who is guiding their journey, those women have more success in general than women who are out there trying to do it on their own. So I would say if you see any of these pillars in your life that relate to the goals that you're setting, if any of them are crumbling, if any of them are not strong, you can see that there's no way for this to stand up if you don't have all of those, right? And so what I felt compelled to do was I established a program that takes you through the implementation of all three of these areas and making these pillars in your life so strong as it relates to your goal that you end up having success after success after success, because these pillars apply to anything, right? We're not saying, oh, well, in the weight loss space, you have to have self-control when it comes to eating. You have to have someone that you're checking into after you do your workouts. You have to have, a time in the day when you are able to work out. It's too specific, right? This is so broad that it can apply to absolutely any area of your life. So what I've done is I've put together a program called the Healthy Habit Project. And what it consists of is 2 parts. Part 1 is framework. Part 2 is habits. The framework has to come before the implementation of the habits, in my opinion. So when I talk about framework, I've put together a 6-module training that takes you through how to work on your mindset, how to have belief in yourself, that the goals that you set for yourself that seem so far-fetched that they are actually achievable. We talk about the actual goal setting and how to go through and set your goals, why outcome goals are different than process goals, how to put your process goals into action. We talk about creating an action plan. We talk about taking that and implementing it into your lifestyle. We talk a ton about time management. I teach you my time blocking techniques. I teach you my prioritization techniques. All of the things that I have in my life that allow me to have my schedule the way that it is and allow me to still have fun while I'm pushing for these big, huge goals in my life. I teach you all of that and how to put it together. And then I teach you how to audit your progress. I teach you what areas to try and tweak first whenever you're pivoting. If you are working toward a goal and you're just not making the progress that you thought you were going to, or the progress that you need in order to achieve it, there are certain areas that you should tweak before you touch anything else. And so we go over that. And then most importantly, we talk about how to form a lifestyle, how to maintain this long term so that you can continue to, crush goal after goal after goal, as opposed to saying, okay, completely deprive yourself of everything that you love for 1 year and then you'll achieve what you want. So we teach you how to put it into blocks that are sustainable and that you will actually enjoy doing. So once you have that framework in place, then I help you come up with the actual habits that you're going to implement. So basically you get to go through and you get to choose what habit you're going to work on first. And then I give you the tools that you need to implement that habit into your life. So I'm super, super proud of this program. If it interests you at all, there is special pricing that is going on until January 18th. And I would love for you to get in on that. It's a 50% off founders pricing, and it's a steal for everything that you get. How direct access you will have to myself in order to kind of hold your hand through the process is going to be amazing, and you're going to get that for half price. So if that is something that you would like to chat about, all you have to do is send an email to support@jamiegerard.com and just say that you want to set up a call with me, an information request for a consult, and you and I will do it. Even if the Healthy Habit Project isn't for you, I will do what I can in that consult call to make sure that you have the tools that you need to actually set your goal and make some progress towards it. So I hope that you enjoyed this training. I hope that you focus on these 3 areas of your life, and that you achieve absolutely everything that you set your mind to. I think we as women, we get lost sometimes in, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a professional, whatever it is. We get lost in that title and we forget to still have our own goals and dreams and push ourselves. And I am a firm believer that the more that we push ourselves, the more that we try and advance our lives, the better we will be at motherhood and partnership and in our careers. And so that is my personal opinion. That's what I try to instill in absolutely every one of my students that comes through this program. So I hope to see you in a consult very, very soon. And if not, you can always reach out to me on social media. And if I have time in my schedule, I'd be happy to sit down and chat with you about your goals. I would love to hear them. So reach out. You can find me on Instagram at Jam Gerard, or you can search Jamie Gerard Wellness on Facebook, and we can get together there. I do have a community of people who are just goal setters who like to have a place to check into. If you would like to join that community, I'll put a link below this video so that you can do that. So thank you so much for joining me in this training. I hope that you got a lot out of it, and I will see you next time.